It's election time in Turkey. Many are calling it the toughest test for Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He's ruled for 2 decades now. He has single-handedly changed Turkey's DNA. It was a progressive, secular country. Now it's more orthodox and Islamist. Erdogan has survived many challenges in the past, even survived a coup attempt in 2016. But this time, the challenge is different. The economy is bad, the global outlook is gloomy, and Western allies are fed up with him. So the opposition has sensed a chance. They think there is a genuine possibility of unseating him. We'll get to the political battle. But first, the basic facts. There are 2 candidates you should know about. One is obviously Erdogan. The other is Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu. He's a combined opposition candidate. 6 parties in the opposition have come together and they've nominated this man. The voting will happen on the 14th of May. If any candidate gets more than 50% votes, then the job is done. He will become the next president of Turkey. If not, there will be a second round. Around 64 million people are registered to vote. 3.4 million of them live abroad. They too can vote for the president. The opinion polls are predicting a second round. But most of them show Erdogan trailing. His biggest challenge seems to be the economy. Inflation is at 44%, and Erdogan's policies have made it worse. Instead of raising interest rates, he lowered them. Why? Because Islamic law prohibits interest. As a result, the national currency collapsed. The lira lost 44% of its value in 2021. 2 years later, it is yet to recover. Then in February, a devastating earthquake struck Turkey. The losses ran up to $84 billion. That's almost 10% of the country's GDP. So the people of Turkey have suffered a lot. And they're hoping this man can turn it around. Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, think about everything you know about Erdogan. Now flip it. You get Kılıçdaroğlu. They're simply worlds apart. Erdogan is a career politician. Kılıçdaroğlu is a career bureaucrat. Erdogan is an Islamist. Kılıçdaroğlu is a staunch secularist. Erdogan is hard on the West. Kılıçdaroğlu is pro-West. So the result of this election will have massive consequences, not just for Turkey, but also for the rest of the world. If Erdogan loses, the country could go back to having a parliament. You see, Turkey became a presidential country in 2017. Before that, it had a parliament. It also had a prime minister. The opposition wants to bring that back. They're also committed to joining the European Union. Kılıçdaroğlu is promising, quote-unquote, true democracy in Turkey. But knowing Erdogan, it won't be easy. He's trying to campaign on his terms, not the opposition's. Recently, he called the opposition gay. I know it sounds crass, but there is a political message there. Erdogan is trying to rally his orthodox base. He wants to depict Kılıçdaroğlu as pro-LGBTQ, and that's not all. On Tuesday, he increased the salary of government workers by 45%. Not suspicious at all. These tactics betray Erdogan's fears. He knows there's a genuine possibility that he may lose. And what happens then? Will Erdogan peacefully hand over power? He's ruled this country since 2002. He's tamed the army, the state media, and most government organs. So we can't rule out a power struggle. How should India see this high-stakes contest? Well, Erdogan certainly has not been India's friend. He has peddled Pakistan's narrative on Kashmir. He even raised it in United Nations platforms. But will Kılıçdaroğlu be any different? He hasn't spelled out his India policy yet. But we can be sure of one thing. It can't possibly be worse than Erdogan's. If the opposition wins this weekend, it would change global strategic alliances. Russia would lose a key partner in Eurasia, NATO would get back its shaky ally, and Europe would find a friendly regime at its border. We'll be tracking these results closely.